Hey everyone, it's Walker at Full Spectrum Laser and welcome to In the Cut, where we kind of just watch the laser do its thing. And today we're letting it do its thing on my shoe. We've done a shoe before. We actually did a boot, and if you want to check out what that's about, just click the link right over here if you're watching on YouTube. If not, you're watching on Facebook Live, and thank you for joining us. So, the other day, I was at home, I brought my bloodhound in, and he likes to just stand in front of me, so I used him as a footstool, like I normally do, like you normally do with your dogs. And I was wearing my shoes, and I realized they really match his coat, so I wanted to commemorate him by putting his face on my shoe, making some special edition shoes, some Turn Dizzle. His name's Turner. I call him Turn Dizzle for some reason. But here's the design. And as you can see, there's a engraving of his beautiful face, and you know, I put the Turn Dizzle edition on there. You know, like one of those special type edition shoes. And I actually created a green vector line, which I use as kind of a digital jig, so I can run the job with the lid open and just keep running that outline and just kind of lining my job up. So let's see how it turns out. Now, I like doing projects like this because it's a pre-existing object. It's, you know, I don't have to go buy material. It's something just laying around the house. And you can do this with your Pro Machine, which is great because you have a Z table. And your Z table can go all the way down up to 10 inches in the larger Pros. And you can put larger things, thicker things, like something like a shoe inside of it. Now, you can also do this with your Muse or Hobby Laser if you purchased the riser combination. So riser, usually you work with the rotary as well, but if you just want to do something more thick than around 2.5 inches, something like a shoe, then you'd have to purchase the riser for your Hobby Laser. Now remember, working with something like a shoe that's going to have uneven surfaces, you'll notice that it has, you know, it doesn't always stay in focus, but with your Pro Machine and that 2.5 inch lens, you have a 1/4 inch of play up and down. And if you do have issues where it's not marking in a specific area, you can just run right over it again at the, maybe bump up the power a bit or your DPI and just hit play again, just right over the job. Doesn't take too long, just don't move anything in the process. So let's think about applications like shoes. Why would you do something like this? Well, I just ran into some individuals who purchase bottles and bottles of liquor, and they want to just engrave on them as they sell them. And let's say that's not the case for you, but you have a basketball team that your son's on or daughter, and you want to put like the kids' names on their shoes, and you guys are all buying the same shoes, and you just set up a jig for your machine, and then you can put their names and numbers on their shoes or something like a shoe that they will keep forever. Always feel free to experiment with something like this, because you don't know the outcome. It's always fun to check out new things. On Laser Talk earlier this week, if you want to check that out, click this link right here. But we were talking about just experimenting and different materials and trying to figure out new ways to do things, because lasers are fun, and that's half of having a laser. So if you guys have old shoes just lying around and you want to revamp them, make them live again, I suggest cleaning them first, which I didn't do, but cleaning them, and then just throwing some engraving on there. And remember, the digital jig is going to help you if you don't have a camera, or if you have a muse, go ahead and take a picture of your project and place it right on top. That's what the camera is great for. And check us out Thursday. Thank you.